All right, so currently, in the previous video, I showed how to make a timer that will count up. So this is the timer right here. It's counting up, and when the player finishes the game, it will display their score on the time there. But let's say you want to do the opposite. Let's say you want the maze to be timed so that if the player doesn't finish in time, they lose the game. So it's a similar process. You need an attribute. I'm just going to keep my game timer attribute, but you could add a different one. But instead of the value of 0, I'm going to start it at 10 seconds. And instead of counting up, I want it to count down. So I have an actor called timer. Currently, I have the rule saying that when it's on maze level 1, every 1 second, count up by 1. So I'm just going to reverse that. So instead of saying every 1 second, change attribute game.gametimer to game.gametimer plus 1, I'm going to go in here and do game.gametimer minus 1. I still want to have, so now change this to count down. I still want to have display the text of the game timer, but what I want to do now is add another rule that says if the timer gets to 0, go to the you lose screen. So I'm going to add a rule. I'm just going to add it right to the timer. And I'll call this time run out. Okay, I want to get rid of the default mouse pointer here and do an attribute comparison. So I click in the search bar, select that. So if game timer equals 0, then all I need is a change scene behavior. Go to you lose. So let's preview that. So here's the timer counting down from 10. And if it goes to 0, it should take me to the you lose screen. Now you'd want to do some additional things here that if the player played again, you want to reset the timer to whatever it was at the start. So you have a few things that you need to take care of to be sure that the game will play correctly when the player plays it multiple times, just like we did in the first version. And I'll be happy to talk you through those. All right, good luck.